Hi, welcome to the Commercial Gas Engineer channel. Just going to go through some quick basic checks that you can carry out on boilers. So this check here is a flame signal test. I'm using my multimeter to check microamps. So I'm using the multimeter to act as a middleman on my flame signal wire. So once there's flame detection, this wire will pick up how strong my flame signal is. On the left, I have my ignition detection in place. So here you can see my microamps of my flame strength. Okay, this test here is me checking resistance of my motorized valve. Open line, center to right. And then here, center to left. Here is our reading. So you can find out what the resistance reading should be on a motorized valve head, and then you can check this particular one. Here is another check you can carry out whilst the boiler is operating. The last one was when the boiler has no power. This is when the boiler is operational. So when there's a call for heat, you can check the center, the neutral, and then from right, whether you've got heating or hot water on, and you'll find out if it's switching over and sending a signal to the motor. So here you have it, center to left. There's a call for heat, either heating or hot water. And then on the other side, here you have it. There's a different call for heat. Earth continuity test. So now we've got our black lead on the earth, and then we have our red lead on the boiler's case. This is an earth continuity test, so we shouldn't get any more than 1 ohm of resistance. We are carrying this out to make sure that the boiler is earthed correctly. This is just a basic shut off the appliance and check to ensure that there is no power to the appliance. This test can be called a mains voltage test, a dead test, just ensuring that there is no power to the appliance. So we're checking our neutral. We have our black wire on our neutral, and we have our red on our live, and then we're ensuring that there is no power going to the appliance so that we can work on it. In this image here, this is called a short circuit test. So we're ensuring that there are no pumps or components causing the boiler to short circuit. So if we did have a short circuit situation where a fuse was being blown because a component is faulty or it's tripping the MCB, you can go by, there's different ways of doing it. Sometimes some people carry it out in a dangerous way by popping fuses and so on, by disconnecting certain components one by one, such as the pump or the fan, and then seeing if the PCB remains on or if it's going to trip and blow the fuse or trip the MCB. That's one way of carrying it out, but a safer way is by carrying out a short circuit test. So what we do is we go to our neutral and our live, and we connect our black lead to our neutral, our red lead to our live, and then we get a resistance reading. We should have a steady resistance reading, and the only time when we shouldn't get a steady resistance reading is when there's a faulty component connected. Once we find that faulty component, we should get a stable resistance reading. This test here is a resistance to earth test. So we're checking between, we have our black lead connected to our earth, our red lead connected to our live, and we should get an open line. If we don't get an open line, when there is no power going to the boiler in this situation, and we are testing between earth and live, then we know that there is a problem and we need to check our components. This check is there to check the resistance of the insulation between our live and our earth. It is a resistance to earth test. This particular test is a mains voltage and polarity test. So we have our black lead connected to our earth and our red lead connected to our neutral. This test you can also, there's power, the power is switched on, and you can find out also if there's reverse polarity, because you don't want the power going down the live going down the neutral line when it's not supposed to be that way. And also we're supposed to get 0 to 15 VAC, but if you're getting over that, then there is a chance that there is a problem with the external wiring from the boiler. There could be a wiring issue in the house if you're getting over 15 VAC. And this is a standard voltage check. So we've got our black lead on our earth and we have our red lead on our live, and we should have approximately 240 volts. Thank you for joining me. I hope these tests have helped you. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. Bye bye.